And my apologies for the last tier list ranking list. My phone battery had died, so I was going to do this list as well, ranking of the best musical artists of all time, 50 musical artists of all time tier list. And here are the list of artists. So, and they're going to be ranking from the F all the way up to GOAT status, the S tier as well. So we're going to start with, of course, the rock group, uh, the British rock group, Queen. And they are going to go in S tier. Really, really amazing group right here. Definitely, you know, iconic records, you know, Champions, Bohemian Rhapsody, um, another one bites the dust. You know, of course, just overall, what they've done in music and music hall hit and what they've done in history as trailblazing for in the 80s for some of the British rock bands that came after them. Man, what they did was just unbelievable. So definitely going into S tier. Um, Elton John was pretty good. Elton John is going in the put him in the A tier. Here we got Madonna. Madonna was really, really solid as well. I put her in B. The only reason I put Madonna in B tier is because her music really over the past 20 plus years, after the 90s, after the mid to late 90s, her music kind of became a little bit stalemated and stagnated. But Like a Virgin pretty much is what her majority of fans most recognizable feat, man. Also, let me do this real quick. Um, let me do this real quick. You don't mind? I'm just gonna look up a few things too, to be going through history as well. Just go through a little bit. All right, hold on. Yeah, Material Girl, definitely. Vogue, definitely. 4 Minutes, Like a Virgin was pretty much her most popular song. Crazy for You. My favorite probably was Frozen. That song was really nice. But Material Girl, Like a Virgin, and of course Crazy for You was probably her biggest songs and her best songs. What the hell? All right. So, anyways, getting back to that ranking. Don't know what's going on with that. We got the Who. Um, I really was not familiar with anything of what they do, so don't really know them well enough. Of course, you already know I'm gonna put the legendary funk James Brown, legendary funkadelic and groovy James Brown, man. He's got to go into S tier, man. Dude is an absolute legend. You cannot not forget the impact of what he done, man. He is just on fire. Get on up. It's a man's world. Come on now. You don't know who James Brown is. I'm just something wrong with you. And of course, Frank Sinatra's got to go up here. He's got to go high up on the list. Hold on, wait a minute. Of course, we got to get Frank Sinatra up, and he's got to go high up on the list. Most definitely, he's got to go high up on the list. I'm gonna do this real fast as well. I'm not gonna speed through every. I'm not gonna go through every artist, but I'm gonna speed through it. Metallica, what they did for rock, what they did for rock and metal music, they gotta go up into S tier for now. I may think about everything later. U2, don't really care for U2. Never really been a big fan of them. AC/DC, what they did for them, and Black Sabbath, what they did in the 70s, what they did in the mid to late 70s was just on fire for them. So I gotta put them in. I'm gonna put them in S tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put them in S tier. Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, of course, Nevermind. Something's in the way. That joint was just fire. Gotta put them in A tier. Ray Charles, I gotta put him in A tier as well. He was really cool. Stevie Wonder. Oh shoot, man. You got Stevie Wonder probably has to be GOAT status. Definitely got to put Stevie Wonder in GOAT status. Never really cared for Bruce Springsteen like that. He had some good records, but I was never really the hugest fan. I didn't really hate him or anything like that, but John Lennon got to go into the B tier. He was pretty good. Sorry about that. John Lennon, excuse me, he's got to go into the, what the hell is going on with this? Okay. Yeah, John Lennon has got to go into the, what the hell is going on here? Okay. This is acting real funny. There we go. John Lennon got to go to the B tier. Marvin Gaye. Oh, you already know Marvin Gaye is one of my all-time favorite singers, so he's got to go into GOAT status as well, bro. Second one in GOAT status. Guns N' Roses were pretty nice. I like Guns N' Roses. Appetite for Destruction was like probably my favorite album from theirs, and they ain't never really been they've made really solid songs, singles, but album wise, I don't think they're ever gonna live up to what they did with Appetite for Destruction. That was just an absolute banger. All right, Black Sabbath. It's gotta go into the A tier again, like what I was saying with AC/DC, them, and I think Led Zeppelin as well. What they did for bands in the 70s was cool. Buddy Holly, he was pretty good. Johnny Cash, oh, definitely Johnny Cash was really good. He's got to go in the A tier. Bob Marley, he's got to go. Of course, what he did for Jamaican sound and music, him and Peter Tosh, what they did was absolutely sensational, trailblazing right there, man. So he got to go in the S tier as well. Little Richard, it's pretty good as well. What they did for First Guy, and also Chuck Berry, what they did for Rhythm and Blues, the soundscapes, the playing, the instrumentation, playing the guitar, they killed it. Both of them, him, Little Richard, and Chuck Berry, both of them did their thing, man. Ray Charles, all of them was doing their thing on the instrumentation. Pac, you already know Pac has got to go way high on the list like that. He's got to go in S tier. Pac has got to go up there. He's definitely that. Public Enemy, they got to go into the A tier. We're going to put them in A tier, Public Enemy. We have, what is that? The Rad Ones? The Ramones? Oh, excuse me, the Ramones. My fault, the Ramones. I don't really know them too well enough. Radiohead. Oh, that's my favorite band right there of all time right there. That is clearly my favorite band of all time right there. Radiohead's got to go in the S tier right there. They got to go in the S tier. That's one of my all-time favorite bands. They got to go up there. That's just straight up status right there. Eminem, is definitely a legend. What he did for paving the way for current white rappers that was coming out in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then, of course, his 3 classic records from Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, The Eminem Show. Yeah, he's got to go in the A tier. Probably may go in the S. I got to think about that. Biggie, you got to know. You got to put him in got to put him up in S tier as well. We got Rush. They are. I'm not really a big fan of them. Van Halen. You already know how much I feel about Van Halen. They are going in the A tier. Deep Purple. They were alright. They were cool. They were cool. ABA. I don't really know them well enough like that. The Bee Gees were. Okay. The Bee Gees were pretty good. Put them in there. Aerosmith is also one of my favorite bands. So they would go. Of course, what Steven Tyler did for the band was just unbelievable. So they gotta go there. The Doors. They would have to go into. Oh, I meant to put Bee Gees up into the A tier. My fault. The Doors had to go to B tier. I think they were pretty good. Paul McCartney, he was really good. Pioneer essence of a genre for guitar playing, and also people was using him, as soul singing as well. Definitely had one of my all-time favorite Christmas songs. Wonderful Christmas Time was just unbelievable. And of course, what he did with Michael Jackson, Say. What he did with, I believe that was it wasn't the Rolling Stones. I can't remember what that group was called. Oh, I cannot remember what that group was called. But yeah, Paul McCartney would go into that A tier. Fleetwood Mac, they are pretty good. I put them in the B tier. Louis Armstrong definitely is in GOAT status. Definitely in GOAT status. Aretha Franklin. Oh, you dang well know Aretha Franklin's gonna be in GOAT status. That is a GOAT right there. The GOAT, one of the GOATs right there, absolutely. And I just mentioned Chuck Berry too. Chuck Berry, he definitely is up there for one of the GOATs. Elvis Presley. I'm gonna put Elvis Presley up in there for GOAT status as well. The Beatles, they have to be in S tier as well. One of the great, if not the greatest British rock band that graced the soul of music, Abbey Road was, in my opinion, not only my favorite album from them, but probably one of the top 5 all-time greatest albums of all time. Shit was ridiculous. I love that album. Love that album. David Bowie. He's going in S tier as well. Another game changer. Rise and Fall to Ziggy Stardust. Just go listen to that record if you don't know who David Bowie is. Come on now. If you don't know who David Bowie is, I don't know what the heck is wrong with you. Pink Floyd, another one of my top 4 favorite bands of all time. Roger Waters, man, they killed it, man. If you ain't listened to anything Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, please check that record out. That joint is sick, man. Absolutely sick. Of course, Prince is my favorite guitar player. Is my favorite R&B and soul singer of all time. I'm gonna put him in S tier. Bob Dylan. I just seen, of course, A Complete Unknown, the movie based on Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan was, he was cool. He was cool. I think that's Jimi Hendrix. Oh shoot, Jimi Hendrix? Are you serious? Come on now. You know I'm gonna put Jimi Hendrix in GOAT tier. He was the freaking godfather and inventor of what guitar playing, man, and electric guitar playing too. Shit, you gotta put Jimi Hendrix up in there, bro. That's insane. Rolling Stones. I never was really the biggest fan of them. Led Zeppelin. Oh shoot, love me some Led Zeppelin. They gotta go in A tier, and then of course the goat right here, Mike MJ, has got to go into GOAT status. So that is all of this ranking of the 50 artists, the 50 greatest or the 50 best musical artists of all time. In my opinion, the ranking and where they are. Now, how am I going to rank this? Excuse me. So I'm going to move Jimi Hendrix up there. Move Michael up at 4. Matter of fact, move Michael ahead of Marvin Gaye. Move Jimi Hendrix ahead of Marvin Gaye. Sorry about that. Move Michael Jackson ahead of Marvin Gaye. Move Jimi Hendrix ahead of move Aretha Franklin ahead of Louis Armstrong. Move Elvis ahead of Chuck. Oh, excuse me. Move Elvis ahead of Chuck Berry. That is my GOATs of musical artists of all time. Now, let's get to the S tier, which is still elite status. We gotta go with Prince. Move Prince up into top tier of the S tier. Then James Brown. Then Queen, Metallica, AC, then Black Sabbath, then then Black Sabbath, AC/DC. Now we're gonna move Bob Marley up there, then AC/DC, then Radiohead, then Aerosmith, Pac, Biggie, the Beatles, David Bowie, and Pink Floyd. Matter of fact, now we're gonna move Pink Floyd right here, and David Bowie be right there in the S tier. So that'd be the S tier. Now let's get to the A tier. A tier, don't have a problem with that. A tier, don't have a problem with that. Now, the B tier, I'll probably move Fleetwood Mac slightly, actually more ahead, probably in the 4th. Richard, I'll move him there. Move the Doors up a bit. And move the Doors up ahead a bit. Oh, man, my hand is kind of jagging. Okay. So, yeah, move the Doors right there. Buddy Holly, Bob Dylan, Deep Purple. Madonna right there. So, yeah, that is the B tier. And the C tier is U2, Bruce Springsteen, Beach Boys, the Beach Boys, Rush, and the Rolling Stones. And I'm going to keep the C tier to where it's at. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, that's my tier list of the greatest musical artists of all time. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. And if you have, tell me your tier list ranking. Tell me what your tier list ranking is. Give it to me down in the comments or give it to me in here in the chat room. You guys want to come and chat with me, open ears. And tell me what your guys' tier list is. Do you have the same tier list as mine, or do you not? What it is, what you got? I'm gonna be in here for another couple of minutes, and the next tier list I'm gonna do is albums of the decade for the 2010s, I believe. I'm gonna do that one. Then I'm gonna do the albums of the decade for the 2000s, I believe. But that's gonna come soon. But I'm gonna do one for the 2010s decade. And yeah, man, this is my list. Anybody disagrees, anybody agrees, tell me your list and tell me why. And that's all I got. If anybody don't have, All right, it don't seem like anybody's coming in the chat. So yeah, thank you guys who was watching, who saw my list, and I will be talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you.